Hello, fellow explorers of Pioneer. I'm Amy the Amazonian, and today I'm playing Stop Hitting Yourself, which is a deck all about damaging your own creatures. This deck is originally a standard deck for me, turned into a historic deck in Arena, but turns out as a perfectly legal Pioneer or Explorer deck. That means it only uses cards that were released into Standard from Return to Ravnica forward. So how does this deck work? Well, you might notice there's a lot of damage-based board wipes in this deck. Those are great, because we have creatures which, for example, if they're hit, they deal damage to the opponent's face, or if they're hit, deal damage to any target, or if they're hit, prevent that damage and grow by +1/+1 for each damage dealt. How do we get these big expensive creatures out, though? We got this 3, 4, and 5 drop. Well, you use the Marauding Raptors. This is a 2-drop, 2/3, stats amazing, that discounts your other creatures, but also hits them for 2 damage, which normally is a downside, like, oh god, I want to play some tokens, but if I play the tokens, they die. Here, it's only upside, because it means that when these creatures enter the battlefield, they take damage, enabling whatever ability they happen to have. We also have a little bit of spot removal for things like, I don't know, chariots, great henges, whatever it must be, or just dealing 3 damage to a creature or a planeswalker. We also have Reckless Rage, because you need some instant speed removal for some of the decks in this format. As far as our lands go, it's very, very Boros, and it's very, very fun. So we're going to take this into the queue and stop hitting ourselves, by which I mean we're going to keep hitting ourselves. We got the skills to pay the bills, and this hand is a little slow, but pretty nice. It's got 2 mini board wipes in it, and it's also got a Capridor and a Reckless Rage. Gonna lead with a Sacred Foundry, a shock land. Don't need to pay the 2, though. Don't need to use that mana right now. Ooh. Looks to me like this is gonna be Coco Angels on our opponent's side of the battlefield. I don't have a way to stop them if they do something crazy next turn, but they probably won't do anything crazy next turn. I'm really glad we're on the play here. And we also got all of this kind of broad damage available. I don't think it would be unreasonable for me to Deafening Clarion here, but I actually don't think I need to. With just 2 mana out, a 3rd land, I'm kind of in a spot where I can wait and then get more value out of this Deafening Clarion. I'm gonna exile my Capridor. Oh, they're gonna play Giada, which will play right into my palms. So we're gonna go ahead and Deafening Clarion. 3 damage, give it lifelink, and now it's a 4/6. If they play another creature next turn, oh, it's getting wrecked. It's getting recklessly raged at. Righteous Valkyrie. Oh, a perfect 4 toughness for me to smack with. Capridor is now up to a 6/8. I could actually just Clarion here to make it bigger, and I'm going to, because this gives me a 2-turn clock. They're down to 9. Also bonus, it had lifelink, so I'm up to 32 life. Are they going to exile it? That's probably the only way to really deal with it. This Coco could hit a little bit of exile. It did! Skyclave Apparition is able to get rid of my Capridor. Thankfully, the Resplendent Angel does not trigger. It doesn't get anything here. And, well, it's just a 3/3, but I'll take it! We also have the Brash Taunter into, if we ever hit Star of Extinction on 7 mana, 20 damage directly to the face. Love it. I did have to get rid of the Resplendent Angel, though, because if I let it stick around and they happen to gain 5 life, which is pretty easy to do in their deck, they're going to be spitting out 4/4 Angels, which will probably just give them more and more and more big, stinky Angels, which gives them more life, which gives them more Angels, which gives them more life. I'm going to get out the Brash Taunter here. He says, "Fight me! You will!" Oof, there's another Resplendent Angel. They gain 1 life. They're swinging in for 2. I guess that's their chump blocker flavor of the day. Swinging with the 3/3. Oh, alright, so they have 6 mana, which actually does mean that they could activate the Resplendent Angel. I think I'm going to sit here. I'm going to let them activate their Resplendent Angel. If they think that they're going to get a nice little 4/4 and gain 5 life, ooh, they got something else coming. You gotta activate it. And in response to the activation, Eiganjo was gonna hit him with the chair. The Seat of the Empire, you know. The chair. Feels pretty good right there. I'm gonna go ahead and take out this Innkeeper. It's gonna gain them 2 life. And I'm going to try to kick off an infinite combo. I could use the mana there to attack my Brash Taunter, or fight it against this illusion. Alright, well they don't want to see the infinite combo happen. It would take a couple turns anyway. So we win. This start doesn't have any creatures other than the Raptor, but I think the Raptor can be a pretty good aggressive or defensive start, being a 2/3. I'm going to keep this. We've got decent mana. I'm going to lead with the Clifftop Retreat, though, because it's going to come in tapped. There we go. Clifftop Retreat. Irrigated farmlands. How about the Raptor? This looks like it could be an Azorius control deck. I'm just kind of guessing off the Plains Island. Ooh, search for Scanta. It totally is. That was actually a really good draw for me. We got the Ill-Tempered Loner. This is going to get some damage on them, but it's also going to encourage them to play during their turn. If it becomes night, this card gets a lot better and can enable a lot more damage from me. Daytime, nighttime, nighttime, daytime! They probably have removal for 1 creature. Oh no, it's nighttime! A Seal Away would also be some nice single target removal here. Oh, they're going for a March of Otherworldly Light. Okay, the Raptor's gone. That's very fine with me. I'm gonna swing in. Pump up the Howlpack Avenger once, because that's a beautiful 6 damage. They may have a board wipe next turn, but I'm going to be following up with... Not 3 damage, sorry. I'm going to be following up with destroying the Search for Scanta. The more aggressive move would have been using the Rip Apart on my Howlpack Avenger. Don't think I need to do that right now. Once they get to 4 mana, there are definitely board wipes available, like Shatter the Sky, Depopulate, various Wraths. But unless they cast 2 spells, it's going to remain nighttime. And nighttime is fight time. Search for Scanta's really good card selection for these kind of draw-go decks. Gives you that filtering, putting things in the graveyard, but it also eventually transforms, gives you a land, and lets you just pretty much pull cards out of your deck. Okay, 4 mana. Acting Basher. You're taking a long time to make up your mind here. It's just card draw. No fear! Alright. I don't think I have lethal lined up next turn. Yeah, especially not without a land drop. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna swing in. And wait. I'm actually gonna put on full control. I'm gonna deal 2 off this. That's 6 damage. We've dealt the damage. While it is still an attacker before the cleanup step, I'm going to hit it with a response. And they won't have a response to that, because they'll be dead. Love the tricks of the trade with this deck. You do need full control mode, though, to do that. An excellent victory. This hand has Raptor into Capridor, which is really, really strong as a start. We also have some board wipes in case our opponent is creature-based. If they're more removal-based, this could be rough, and if we don't get a third land, we could just brick. Doesn't matter, still keeping it. Risk it for the biscuits. Ooh, Steam Vents. This could be a Phoenix deck. Yeah, it almost definitely is a Phoenix deck. Let's see if they're gonna maybe do some consideration, play a Sprite Dragon. Lots of great options. Thankfully, we do have birds of our own in this deck. And most of their removal is damage-based, which is exactly what we want to see. Damage being dealt to our creatures, especially non-combat damage. Okay, they didn't do anything on turn 2. Turn 3, Expressive Iteration. That's gonna probably find them a bit more land. And other such tools. They have 7 full cards in hand, so... Alright, they got a land, there's a Strangle. They're gonna strangle the Raptor. Oh, my poor, poor Raptor. Well, we still got the Capridor. Now, you can't strangle the Capridor. That doesn't work. If you try it, well, it'll be pretty funny. I wouldn't mind it. You should definitely try it. Guess I'll swing in with the Capridor. I don't really feel like using the Clarion on it. Maybe they have like a memory deluge or something? Big score! Ah, that's why they needed to shock in. This gives them 6 mana. Maybe they're not. Maybe this is actually a Dragon's deck. I'm very used to like the only Is-It decks that I see being Phoenix decks in Historic, but I feel like there's a lot of good spells and dragons within these colors that they could play too. Expressive Iteration. Card in hand, something in the deck, and what's in exile? They haven't played a land yet for turn. Another unexpected windfall. How unexpected? Gonna use that up? You've got good ways to discard things. We've seen Big Score and Windfall. Okay, Shark Typhoon. I don't think it's a Phoenix deck anymore. A Phoenix deck probably would not have Shark Typhoon. A Niv Mizzet deck might, though. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the value here. Do I want the Storm's Wrath? Because I think they might have Planeswalkers. Or do I want a little bit of lifelink? Screw it. Let's go for the Storm's Wrath. And the Storm's Wrath was so good that it caused my client to crash. So we have that going for us. Let me just go ahead and fix that. Yeah. Thanks, Arena. Arena! It functions? It's a program. Now we have to wait to reconnect. Am I ready? Sure am. But unfortunately, it means I'm going to lose all my emotes and my avatar and everything else. Oh, okay, so we just found out what happened. They spell pierced it. It didn't resolve, which is why the Capridors didn't grow. But they did hit it with a spell pierce. My beautiful Capridors. They are ready to fly. They spell pierced my internet. How dare they? This is the 3rd expressive iteration. This card is extremely good. It's some of the best card advantage that you can get. Alright, I'm gonna try something again. Does this resolve? Big score. Okay, discarding another card. I feel like they're setting up for a combo with all of this. Are they gonna, like, hit me with a Velomachus? Are they going to, They could turn these into creatures. And there is a combo which you can do with only 2 creatures in these colors. It is possible that their deck only has 2 creatures in it. Let's see if they do it. They've got the treasure, they've got the mana. Could this be an Indomitable Creativity deck? Could it be Arcane Bombardment? I think it's a combo, because that's a Valakut Awakening. And they've been doing a lot of filtering. They have enough. All you need is 2. It is Indomitable Creativity! Isn't it great when you're right? So we lose the game, unfortunately. Unless, wait a second. Oh! We are actually so close to having won this game. So let me explain why while they combo off. They have 2 creatures in their deck. That's all they have in their deck. They have a bunch of spells that put them back into their deck in case they accidentally draw them. They use Indomitable Creativity to turn their treasures into the creatures in their deck, which are Locust God and Sage of the Falls. Sage of the Falls, whenever they see another non-human creature, can draw a card and discard a card. Locust God, whenever you draw a card, creates a non-human creature. So you keep making these until you have the desired number of Bugabugs, and then you attack with them because they all have haste. How did I almost survive this? Well, at the start of their combo, they actually only had 32 cards in their deck, and I had 28 life. If they did not have enough cards in their library relative to the amount of life I had, then we would win. That is what limits this combo. If your opponent has gained a lot of life, you can actually just be, like, bricked by it. And you have to be very careful. They can't stop a turn early, hope you don't have a board wipe, things like that, but that is a lot trickier. Sometimes you will actually see this in EDH. I think that's where I see this combo the most. You also have a little bit of synergy between Locust God and a lot of other card draw spells. So it's a pretty fun card to have as a commander. So let me wait until they finish this up, and maybe I can fast forward the video so we can skip right to the end. And finally, the 28th bug with haste. Time for them to stop their furious clicking, unless they really don't want to. Oh, it looks like they just went for 1 extra, 29, you know, play it safe. And they swing for a beautiful 29 damage. GG, Firebolt. This is a hand of all removal. I'll keep it. Hopefully this is removal that hits whatever my opponent is playing. Creatures, or I guess I can sort of hit Planeswalkers. I really want to play this as a land. OMG, my opponent, I need you to play a card! Or, okay. Oh, I see. You mulliganed. You're putting something to the bottom. I see red. Mono red! Okay. I feel like this hand can, you know, perform okay against mono red. Will just be Boros Big Baddies. Burning Tree Emissary comes down. Gets a +1/+1 counter. Gives them 2 mana. What do they chain it into? Another Burning Tree Emissary? Nope. Bone Crusher Giant. They hit me with the Stomp. Because I have an abundance, we'll say, of these, I could stop 3 damage next turn by Clarioning or using Anger of the Gods right now. I think I'm just going to wait until they commit a little bit more on the board, and then use Anger of the Gods. The Etching of Kumano does have haste, so it's able to attack this turn. If they have land, they can definitely play at the Bone Crusher Giant. Or Chandra, just to kill. That's neat. Alright. Add a red, take my face. Another Kumano faces Kakazan. Ooh, that is a great start for our opponent. I'm going to actually play the Shatterskull Smashing as a land, have it enter tapped. We're going to use Anger of the Gods here. And that is so I do not die violently this next turn. We're probably going to need to follow up with a Burn Down the House to get rid of this. And this. Really everything. This will still come in. It will still be a 2-2. It's a lot of damage.
You're looking a little singed.
Ooh. What you got? For 1 mana? Yeah, you just dealt 2 damage to yourself. Great job. Yeah, they said oops. Alright, it happens.
Just when I was having a good time.
This is a 3rd Kumano faces Kakazan. That's wildin'. Alright, the etching is out. I have amazingly not gotten a single creature here. And I'm getting real low. Life total wise, not in the best spot. Really need a creature so I can use these things. Okay, Rip Apart, I can either prevent 3 damage or I can prevent 2 damage. I'm gonna go for the 3 damage here. The Etching of Kumano comes out. I could definitely die this turn. And the Fervent Champion, that's 3 damage out here. I really would like a creature. But I guess we're just a land destruction deck now. Star of Extinction. I didn't want this either. So we deal an excessive 20 damage to 2 1-drops. And hope we don't just get lightning striked to death. That's nothing. This is nothing. And again, no creatures. Oh, in the battle of the dud draws, who will win? The answer was them. They won. This time I've got creatures. I'm ready. After the deck betrayed me, I've got my creatures now. I think Reckless Rage should be able to hit Planeswalkers. I think, like, every single piece of removal should be able to hit Planeswalkers if it hits creatures. So it looks like we're up against Mono Red again, because that's a Kumano faces Kakazan, and these are red lands. This is going to be a big, chunky robber to Rich. They've exiled, ooh, Marauding Raptor. That's actually a really good card for them. I'm going to play the Stormwild Capridor. Because they're mono red, it's going to be pretty hard for them to kill the Capridor. I won't be blocking here because there are combat tricks which could make these bigger. And Stomp also prevents damage prevention, which would be something I would expect from their deck. Alright, Rampaging Ferocidon. Now I can actually block this pretty safely. Rampaging Ferocidon is going to stomp all the life gain that I have in the deck. But I don't really have to worry about that, because I'm going to wipe the board. It's a Storm's Wrath. And, faces the place. I'm swinging in for 5. Torbran, but Torbran with no support is a dead Torbran. So I'm going to play out the Ill-Tempered Loner. Beef up my Capridor a little bit more. And swing out them for a beautiful 7 damage in the air. I think they're pretty dead next turn. GG against Mono Red. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, if you would like to watch me create these videos live, you can come over to twitch.tv/Amazonian where I record them. And if you're interested in Explorer or Pioneer, I'm a big fan of the formats, so I'm always happy to talk about them. If you're waiting for more Brawl Stars, don't worry. There's some coming soon. I just had to, like, you know, vibe with the new set. It's hard. Motivation doesn't come easy when you're going crazy with allergies. Until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.